Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Game Time Gents podcast. It is me, Nardy, here with Fish and Zoltowski, and we have episode 66 on deck for you today. We're going to go over some of the topics that happened during week 14 of the NFL season. Then we're going to dive into week 15 of the NFL season, give you our starts of the week, and we got a full slate of games, boys. I don't believe there's any more bye weeks coming up here, so I think bye weeks are done and gone.
More picks to get wrong. Awesome.
Yeah, we've been struggling the last 2 weeks.
I went 500 somehow.
Did you? Nice.
Yes, I went 7-7 because I picked Houston and Detroit.
Yeah, there's just some wild games that happened. You had Tennessee beating the Browns. That sucked. But anyways, let's get into some injury news. Unfortunately, Daniel Jones has torn his Achilles. He's out for the year. Riley Leonard did come in and he played pretty well, but he is also banged up. I saw he's week to week. AR is still on IR. So the Colts today, we're recording this on Tuesday, December 9th, have signed 44-year-old Phillip Rivers out of retirement. He is
Grandpa Rivers.
Yeah, he is going to reset his Hall of Fame status because he has to be out for 5 years after
only if he reaches the active roster. Technically, he's still on the practice squad.
I think he'll probably be elevated if I had to guess, but Fish, you're shaking your head. Yeah. You don't think Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer?
No, absolutely not. He's a Hall of Famer and having kids. Yeah.
Well, just terms of eligibility, because he was announced as a semifinalist this year, and if he reaches the active roster, he doesn't have to play. If they put him on the active roster, he's ineligible again until 2031. So, yeah, weird decision by him.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, he was a shell of himself last time he was in Indy, so we'll see what happens, I guess. But
the Colts are just in full spiral. That's what it is.
Yeah, they are struggling right now. Another piece of injury news: T. Higgins is in concussion protocol again. This is the second time in, I think, 3 weeks, boys. The Bengals have
your favorite team
statistically been eliminated from the playoffs, so I do believe he is probably. Nope. Oh, they're not statistically eliminated?
They can still make the playoffs because of
the like last year. Yep.
Interesting.
They got a very, very slim chance, but it's
the
possible.
Stars to align and win out.
Yeah, which I don't see happening for them. But so, I mean, if they do play again, he could come back next week if they win and all those stars align. But I think it's going to be time that you're going to see a lot of Bengals starting to take some seats going forward. Zach Ertz also tore his ACL. It was a brutal, brutal hit. I don't know if you guys saw that hit, but he was in the air. He got just smacked in the kneecap, and his knee was almost 90 degrees the wrong way.
Yeah, not good.
We know Ertz is old. Is this probably career for Zach Ertz, do we think?
It has to be. He's 35. I mean, He's got some left in the tank still, but again, it's one of those things where you wish he would retire with one team, right? Not Washington, not the Cardinals, whatever it may be. Or he'd come back, play for the Eagles, retire. But there's no way. He's made his money. He's made a name for himself. He's a great tight end. Go enjoy the kids. Go enjoy the family. Hang out. You're only 35, So I think this is done for him. I mean, it was a bad injury.
Yeah, it was ugly.
Well, he's going to miss if he gets surgery. If he got surgery Monday, right? I mean, he would miss until week 14, week 15 of next year anyway. So,
yeah.
Yeah, depending on the rehab. I know some guys come back a lot quicker, but that's usually the younger guys.
I was going to say they're 23. Yeah.
On top of that, Jane Daniels did get hurt again. I'm not sure why they're playing him, but
yeah, that's baffling because they have been eliminated mathematically from playoff contention.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I know it's his non-throwing arm, but still, it's just dumb. Like, that's your guy that you are investing your future in. He led you to the NFC Championship last year as a rookie. Had a really great season. Struggled this year, the sophomore slump. It's just really stupid.
Yeah, no, I can't understand. Especially after last time he got hurt, their coach was like, "Oh, he should have been in the game anyway. Well, he shouldn't be in any games now." So,
No.
But this next guy, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say it wasn't his fault of an injury. He obviously the interception happened. He's chasing after the guy, and then that corner came out of nowhere and just pushed the hell out of him, and he landed wrong. So
Yeah,
should he be playing? No, but then again, the Eagles are struggling. Dallas could lose or win by 1,000. I mean, really, the division is still up. I mean, they would have to win last week and kind of win out again. But I mean, the division's still up for anyone's game at this point. So,
what's their record? Are they that much in it?
if they won, they would have. I think it would have been what 4-9. I mean, the Eagles are 8-5.
Yeah,
Dallas is what?
Yeah,
6
you're
and
right.
something.
They're 3-10. Dallas is 6-6-1. Eagles are 8-5. And then you got the Giants.
They would have to win out, but with how bad the Eagles are playing and Dallas being up and down, I mean, it's a possibility. It's a crapshoot, but it's a possibility.
Yeah, it wasn't out of the realm until this week, but yeah, I'm actually just looking at the eliminations right now. We got the Jets out, Browns out, Titans out, Raiders out, Washington and the Giants are out, Saints, Falcons, and then Arizona have all been eliminated thus far. So, NFC North pretty strong right now still. Zoltaski, any worries there? You want to talk about this guy you think's heating up?
Yeah, Isaac Tisla, rookie drafted this year. So you've got both tight ends. Sam Laporta and Brock Wright are on the IR. Khalif Raymond's also hurt, so he is been that next man up. He's scored his 4th career touchdown already, had 10 points last week. I mean, he's a big guy, 6'4", so he's a big body, especially on short yardage and in the red zone. So, I mean, we've seen the insane catches he's made this year. I would just keep him on your radar, especially in a dynasty league going into next year.
Mm-hmm.
If he's available or you want to make a trade for him, I can see him taking a more active role next year, especially if he really takes the reins here when he has this opportunity, which I think he will.
Yeah, actually, no, this is including this week. So he's got 8 receptions on the year. 4 of those are touchdowns. That's crazy. Also, does he sound robot-y to you?
Yeah, 1,000%.
Maybe unplug your mic and plug it back in. Some live editing here.
Is that better?
Oh, so much better.
I have no idea what happened. I literally didn't do anything to my mic.
No, it probably just technology.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's a great point, especially with all the injuries that they're having in the receiving game. Mm-hmm. Tesla he's a big body. He gets down the field quick. He's essentially their deep threat. I mean, JMO is still also, but they're using Tesla much more like a deep threat right now. Other than him, I can't really think of anyone else that could be on your radar. I mean, Vidal's still very in the game plan right now, it looks like, for the Chargers. He was on the field quite a bit, even with My Ryan being back.
Yeah, that big 60-yard screen at the beginning of the game. I know they started both him and My Ryan.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a ballsy call right there. But it paid off for her. So good looking. I guess my wife knows ball more than I do.
Yep, she beat me this week. So, and if
I beat both of you guys this week.
True. Yeah. I took a lot of L's this week. Also, this is your first time listening. We know his name's Amarion Hampton, but we just call him Omar Ryan just for funsies.
It's more fun.
Next point of news here, boys. This is just kind of, I want to get your take on it. Chiefs may not make the playoffs for the first time in over a decade. Last time they did not make it was in 2014. What do you think's going on there in Kansas City? I mean, we've talked about the 1-score games. Where do they need help the most, do you think? Tight end receivers.
Their line.
Realistically, I think it would be their O line. Their D backs haven't really performed that well either. But I mean, we've seen countless times of Miss Patty. As soon as he gets the ball, he's got three people on him already. It doesn't help that from what we've seen, there's been three pass deflections off of Kelsey in big critical situations that have turned into interceptions, ran back for. And we know, the three of us know, right, that momentum swing, right, kind of really deflates the balloon there. And it's very tough, especially if you're coming into a home stadium. It's very tough to try and gain that momentum back. Um, and we've seen it time after time. And Kelsey beats himself up for doing a lot of drop passes. Probably should have just retired last year, yada, yada,
You're marrying
yada.
a billionaire. Just enjoy the
Right.
life, brother.
So I think there's a combination of a lot of things. I think relatively they had the same team as they did last year, but we talk about it time in time out of they haven't won any 7 point or less games this year, whereas last year they won what 5 or 7. I mean, if you flip that script and you put it on this year, they're number one
They've won.
seed in the NFL, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
they won one. I think it was overtime against the Colts. It's like their only one score game that they've won this year. They're like 1-5 or something.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. We said it from the beginning. It's a weird year for football. A lot of the powerhouses are not powerhouses, and then you get these little sprinklings of the Colts and the Jags, and some of these other teams are like
the Texans. I mean,
the Texans. I mean,
resurgence.
look at the Bears, right? I mean, we kind of saw that one coming, but I mean, you see a lot of these teams where, I mean, last year Lions and Eagles. I mean, you figure those teams, they Miss Patty, everybody was winning. Those are 30-point teams, easy, right? And now this year, I can't remember the last time we put up 20 something points outside. It's just it's a wild year. But I think it starts with the O line, and I think he trusts Rashee Rice just a little too much, and I respect it. But at the same time, those critical passes, those end zones where you got to find that safety valve, that big body who can just sit on the goal line, catch it, just fall back in. Travis hasn't been that person, and then they don't have. I mean, they have Noah Gray, but they don't have that replacement for him yet, right?
Yeah.
You figure as the season gets older, Travis kind of slides out, Noah Gray or someone else kind of slides in. We just haven't seen that yet. So the draft is going to be interesting for them, but like Zoltaski said, it's got to start with the O line. Miss Patty has zero time, and he scrambled insane amount of times already when he shouldn't have to. So
yeah, and then to that too, that we talk about how atrocious their run game is. Better line helps that immensely, which then opens up so many more opportunities for them.
Yeah,
to throw it more.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, at least they can fake that they're running the ball.
True. So it'd be great. It'd be great if Kansas City to make it in. Nobody really wants to see that dynasty continue.
I don't think they're going to, because they still have to play the Chargers and the Broncos again.
Yeah, they play the Chargers this week, and I think that's going to be a really tough game for them. I think actually,
is it in LA? Because I know their first game was in Brazil, so I can't remember.
Who was the home team? It is in Kansas City. So
okay,
and Kansas City is favorited in this game. Now, keep in mind, Patrick Mahomes is not the only quarterback that's running for his life. We saw that last night. Justin Herbert looks like his hair's on fire when he's running around. I mean, he's got no protection. That might be the worst O-line I've seen in pro football in a long time. But it's due to injuries. He's got both those all-star left tackle, right tackle, Rashawn Slater, they're out for the year. I mean, and then they lost another backup left tackle last night, I think. Or one of the tackles.
A right tackle.
Yeah, was it the right tackle? Yeah. It's just, it sucks that these quarterbacks are getting essentially nerfed into the ground right now because they don't have the offensive line that they need. And even Jalen Hurts a little bit too.
Yeah, they've been. Landon, you could tell when Landon wasn't in the game because he left for a couple plays, and I mean it was just a clear difference.
You're very much missing Lane too. I mean, Saquon had that big run off the left side off of Mailata, But anytime he went right last night, there was nothing there for him. Not a single thing. But
no, I mean that's a whole different. That's a different conversation. It's just it's tough to watch with the talent that they have on this team to then game script. And it's, hey, that coach's option in Madden, and then it's 3 runs up the middle, and you're like, yeah, that one looks good. So we talk about it every week. We won't dive into it, but it's painful to kind of see. I mean, we were Super Bowl winners last year.
yeah.
I mean, we did the same thing in 2017 when we won it, and all of a sudden we're like, yeah. I mean, it's that Super Bowl curse. There's no momentum. I don't know. It sucks.
Bit of a hangover there in Philly. Too much time at Patty's Pub.
Yeah, we're blacking out. Tell you what.
Too many poles got climbed.
Yeah. Next year we have, we talked about Daniel Jones. We talked about Riley Leonard. Are the Colts' hopes of winning their division gone? I mean, they're currently 3rd place, I believe, in their division standings. Yeah, it's Jacksonville's first at 9-4, Houston's second at 8-5. They have a better conference record. Division record at 4-1, and then Indianapolis is also 8-5. Their division record's 2-2. But I don't know, man. It sucks for the Colts. They started off so hot. I mean, and then I think that their hopes of, making the playoffs are still very much alive, but their hopes of getting one of those first 4 seeds are probably gone at this point with all those injuries that just happened this week.
I think they're on the outside looking in right now.
Are they on the outside looking in?
If they started today.
Let me check. I think you're right.
Yeah. But I think they are done. They got to play the Seahawks this week in Seattle. And that defense is insane right now. And then they have to still play the Jags again and the Texans again. And the Texans defense is the best defense in the league right now.
Yeah. Texas defense is no joke.
Yeah. And the Jags are playing great football.
Even with Daniel Jones in, I think they stay at number 3. Houston, you think about it, Houston really hasn't figured it out offensively. And that's what I think a lot of people are overlooking, right? The defense is insane. Great defense. They score when they need to. That offense really hasn't clicked yet, and that's going to be a problem when they get hot towards the playoffs. And then Stroud's like, oh, yeah, cool. I forgot I could do this. I have Nico Collins down there. Woods kind of, figures it out kind of thing. So that offense hasn't fully clicked, and that could be a problem going into the postseason with that type, that type of defense that they have. Now, the Jags look good. It seems like Brian Thomas Jr. Has finally kind of getting a little bit more love again. Almost had 100 yards this past week, but Trevor Lawrence with the long hair, he's doing decent things there. But that offense is clicking. But again, it's all run through Etienne and how effectively that offensive line can keep Lawrence in the pocket and have him, the ability to throw. So I would say even with the Colts, even if they have Daniel Jones when he's fully healthy, I think that Cinderella story was over when they lost the 2 games back to back, and then ever since then, people are like, oh, this is the Daniel Jones we know. I don't know what happened. He just put up 4 touchdowns and 900 yards. This is Daniel Jones. And then you start to see more and more and more of them start to load that box, especially last game of the week before with Jonathan Taylor. Like, yeah, he had 22 rushes for like 70-something yards, which is good. Wasn't utilized in the pass game, but didn't really have any of those big, long touchdowns, big, long runs. So they had 12 guys in the box. So you're going to see more and more of that. It wouldn't surprise me if the Colts ended up being 500 at the end of the year, if not a game under. Yeah, especially now.
For Jonathan Taylor managers, it really sucks because he probably got you to the playoffs. And then now you're out, 30 points a game? If he gets countered that much, so it really sucks. Last night, the Monday night game was pretty wild. Eagles lost in a crazy overtime against the Chargers. Jalen Hurts had an uncharacteristic 5 turnovers, 4 picks, 1 fumble. Fish, talk about it. I want to hear what you guys say.
The whole team's off. Chemistry's off. AJ's dropping easy passes. Even Smith is dropping easy passes. We could have won that game 10 times over with different things that we did. Defense, I think, did, I mean, outside of the first series, they did pretty well with containing everyone else, right? I mean, they had some great receivers. There wasn't really a massive threat outside of Omarion catching the ball off his land or Vidal catching it and kind of taking it there, or Herbert running himself. So I'd rather give up the 15 yards there than what we had a few years ago, where a double move would then send that guy into outer space and that he would just break off for an easy touchdown. So offensively, it's bad. Everyone, the egos and the chemistry, it's all down. It's all down. The offensive line is beat up. We had Cam Jurgens, who last year did incredibly well, who was getting just bulldozered easy and getting blown by it. And then obviously hers comes out of, a play action, and he's like, oh, cool.
There's
There's
a guy in my
9
lap.
guys. Yeah, right. So, I mean, we saw that a little bit too, and everything did click on the one play where Saquon ran it left behind my Lotta, but that looked like last year's O line. We haven't seen that much this year, where everything kind of was in sync and they took out the D line and then progressed to the next level. We haven't really seen that this year. Um, and again, a lot of that goes to play calling. Uh, but I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of course, you had the jackass from Dallas announcing the guy that looks like he's about to blow his gasket. The old constipated guy, whatever. What was his name?
Trey.
Uh, yeah, Troy Aikman. Guy just need to take a shit and relax, dog. Take a sedative. Um, he was even saying, it's like, I mean, it was very like obvious, like, oh well, he's looking for, he misses the easy pass over the middle to AJ, but he'd rather go for the double cover Smith. I don't think a lot of that's on Hurts. You don't really go from MVP, Super Bowl MVP to this, to this, to this, to then obviously having a bad year. We did the same thing when Brian Johnson stepped in. The whole team was off. I think a lot of that is play calling of, hey, Devonta Smith is your number one. You go to him. Your number two would be Goddard, not A.J. Brown, who nobody's covering over the middle for an easy 10. So there's a lot of things, and we could talk about it for 12 hours. It's, like I said earlier, it's anybody's ball game for that division. Nobody has won it back to back for like 25 years. All it takes is Dallas to get hot. We've seen them already. The defense just has to be a decent amount, and that offense will put up 30, 40 points easy. Right now, our defense looks good, but again, doesn't help. You could have Jesus and everyone else in the backfield. It doesn't matter. But if that defense is on the field for 40 minutes a game, then it doesn't matter who you have out there. They're going to get tired. They're going to get worn out. There's going to be one hole in the coverage, and it's done. Um, Chargers are a good team. They're tough to beat. Face a lot of adversity with the offensive line. I'm very impressed with the defensive side of things. That offense, man, it is a struggle. And also, I mean, how do you get -4 points in one play? Like, what are we
First
doing?
time ever. First time it's ever happened.
What are we doing?
Just go down. Just go down. You got the ball back.
I don't know. He threw it 1,000 miles an hour to the other team. Either like Geno said, get the LASIK surgery. Call up Jameis Winston and say, hey, who's your guy? Like, what are we doing? I don't know. I was sitting in bed watching last night with Andy, and it was just like, she was like, "Oh, are you okay?" And I was like, "It just doesn't even surprise me anymore. It just doesn't." Like,
I would have thought your jaw was in the apartment below you. Yeah, when that sequence happened.
No, see, I went into it thinking I could get mad, I get angry.
We could lose this game. Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000% gonna lose this game. I think I was more mad that I went with my gut and chose the Eagles when I clearly should have just chosen the Chargers based off of just general football knowledge. It won't be doing that this week. Let me tell you, who we playing? The Commanders. They're winning by 40. Have fun.
With old Marcus Mariota at the helm there.
It just doesn't matter. Throw in Hooper. He'll outgun us. He'll definitely have more passing yards than Hurts.
No, you guys play the Raiders. You should be good.
Geno Smith is good. He's going to get the LASIK. He's going to have game of his life.
He's just going to force feed Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is going to have 28 targets this week.
I mean, we say it week in, week out, though. It's just this week should be the level setting week. You gotta get ready. I mean, Petula needs to watch out, right? The kid's already threw rocks at his house. He's about to get some Molotov. It's not good, right? It's just not good. And now people know where he lives. I'm not saying that we're a passionate fan base. I
That
think I
you
mentioned it
are.
last week. We threw snowballs and beer bottles to Santa.
It's coming for Patullo next.
I just, so.
But you had a topic you wanted to talk about next year.
Yeah, it just real quick, right? So we're getting closer to the playoff push, right? We start to see some of these teams kind of run away with it in their divisions, and then we start to look at the second and the next tier and in the hunt. You start talking about some of these bigger teams, right? We keep saying it's a weird year, right? You get the Ravens who offensively and defensively on paper, we praised them. They were so good. They were great last year, right? Then they had a weird year this year. Derrick Henry can't is the age catching up to him? I mean, we've seen he started off hot and now it's like he's averaging 2 yards a carry kind of thing. Lamar isn't running it as much as he should kind of, play his game. The Bucks on paper again. It looks like a lot of on paper teams, right? The Bengals on paper, Eagles on paper, Colts, Bucks. There's a lot of teams where are like, yeah, week in, week out, I pick them because they should win because they got a great team, they got a great quarterback, great defense, and yet these teams continue to lose as we approach the playoffs, right? Where we know as good as anyone, the hottest team that goes into that first round, much like the Rams last year, scared the shit out of a few people. The hottest team has the best, odds of winning and getting pretty deep. My question to you guys: if you could name a team that is in full panic mode, whether it's the Bucks who just can't seem to really find the offensive groove that they did back in the first 5 weeks, or the Eagles, the Colts lose Daniel Jones, the Ravens losing another nail biter, but it just doesn't seem like the Bengals. Obviously, I mean they got a very small chance, but what do you guys think? Who is your? We got to hit this panic button now because we got X amount of games left, and we need to win these, or stuff. So
Now, are we going for teams we think are going to make the playoffs or that are
I,
not
I
going to
want
go
to.
far in the playoffs?
No, I want to hear make the playoffs, right? So like you look at the Eagles, when you look at the Bucks, right? They're both very good teams. The Colts too, right? They're all up there. They're within their own division. I mean, that's the Bucks division to lose. Is the Eagles division to lose? Is the Colts really at one point was their division to lose?
Mm-hmm.
At what point do you look at these teams and you go, yeah, if I'm the Eagles, I'm kind of panicking right now because Dallas could get hot, they could win out, and we've lost 2 games already. Who says we don't lose another two? And then we knock ourselves out of the playoff spot. Or the Bucks. The Bucks, in theory, could lose 3 in a row and be 2 games under 500, and not make the playoffs. I want to hear what your guys' opinion is of who should be hitting the panic button right before the playoffs.
I think you named a couple. There's one that sticks out huge is the Ravens. They were leading the division. They've got 2 more divisional games left. They play the Bengals this week. Then they play the Patriots, very hot team as well. Then they go to Lambeau, play the Packers. That's a tough place to play. Packers are playing good football right now too. And then they play the Steelers again, who just beat them. And with the way the offense is performing, like you said, I mean, I'm full panic mode if I'm a Ravens fan. It's not a good schedule to end the year with.
Yeah.
How's it going?
I mean, like you're saying, the Ravens, like, I don't understand how they didn't win that game. How was that not called a touchdown catch at the end of that game? I mean, their whole season could hinge on that one play, but I originally wanted to go with the Eagles just because I really think Dallas is getting hot right now, and I do think that tie could come into play very effectively. But I just looked at the remaining Eagles schedule. It's kind of a cakewalk. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'll
You
say
guys play the Commanders twice, the Raiders, and the only team I could see you guys possibly losing to is the Bills. And then Dallas has the Chargers, Vikings, Commanders, and Giants. So I guess that's kind of similar schedules, but you guys are what, 2 games ahead right now? Yeah. You guys are 1.5 technically, if you want to think of it that way, or 2.5.
Get ties out of the NFL, Jesus.
But yeah, no, you're not wrong there. I think I got to go with the Colts. I mean, they're not in the picture right now, like you guys said, and with what they just went through, I don't see them getting back in the picture. Not with Phillip Rivers, not with any guy they bring off the street to play quarterback. If Riley Leonard comes back and he's able to play, maybe they could do well. But the Colts, their remaining schedule, they play the Seahawks, the Niners, the Jaguars, and the Texans. Like that is
three of those games, probably all of them.
Probably all 4 of them, yeah. Those could all 4 be losses. So
if I'm a Colts fan, I'm just throwing the season away right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just done with it. I'm not expecting to make the playoffs. That's not going to happen. Too many injuries there, and offense is not clicking at all.
Which really sucks for them, and they started off so hot.
Yeah. But then the Bucks too, because the Panthers are coming out of nowhere, winning football games.
Yeah. And that division is very similar to NFC West or East. There's not many times that a team repeats as champion there. So,
yeah, I think that. And then honestly, as a Lions fan too, I'm panicking a little bit just because need some things to happen. I got to play the Vikings and the Bears again. Vikings, should beat them last time. Shit the bet on that one. And then Steelers and the Rams. I mean, that's brutal. I'm not looking forward to this Sunday.
Yeah,
at all. With Matt Stafford on his MVP.
Yeah.
Can just massacre.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough game for you guys. Any AFC North team that makes it, they're not making it past the first round. And another team I think that's going to have issues in the playoffs is the Bills. Josh Allen, as good as he is, there's a lot of holes on that team that he's making up for right now, but that can only go so far, especially in the playoffs when you have everyone playing their best ball. So I think the Bills are going to get in, and I mean, they're not winning their division right now, so they're going to be a wild card probably, but that's going to be a tough sled for them going into the playoffs.
I honestly thought they were going to lose to Cincy. I remember because we were at we were at GalaxyCon on Sunday in Columbus, and I remember checking the scores when I could, and I was shocked. I'm like, what the hell's going on? But that's been the Bills all year. I remember the beginning of the season when they played the Ravens. I went to bed because they were losing by like 3 scores.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, they somehow pulled it out and won, but that's kind of been the Bills' story. It seems like this year's big lead. They're the big, they're down big and then somehow claw their way back, or they lose in a close one.
Yeah, their defense is not great this year. Their pass defense is okay, but their rush defense is really struggling. They're the 5th worst rush defense right now. So it's, I mean, Josh Allen can only do so much. I know he's an incredible player, but you've kind of got to think about how good teams are in the playoffs, especially if they have to come against the Patriots. I mean, that team has done a complete 180. So,
seen a lot of questions about their schedule, though. I think they beat the Bills. Yeah, I think obviously other than their division, but still, we can't deny that that team, Drake May's very, very good.
Second coming of Tom Brady.
Very good.
But we can get on to our next segment here. We can get on to the fantasy zeros. Every player I wanted to list, you guys already put in the doc, so I'll let one of you two take it away.
Fish, go with your list, buddy.
All right, just a few names here. Just want to go over a few of them. So let's go ahead and start off with Jaden Daniels. Guy doesn't need to play right now. He shouldn't be playing the rest of the season. Take it to the offseason, figure it out. Trey Tucker, I know we started him hot. Gino doing Gino things, just haven't really found him. I'm sure he'll do wonders against the Eagles secondary with Adoree Jackson guarding them, so that should be fun. So probably put him in the lineup. Debo Samuels started off again early this year. Great, obviously with Marcus Mariota kind of stepping in. He really hasn't lived up to what we thought that they would kind of utilize him as more in the run game or little streaks over the middle. The offense in general is just not really happening. Chris Olave, for some reason, the Saints decide to keep winning and pushing themselves further out of that number one pick, which doesn't make any sense. Kudos to you, Noah, but your organization's stupid. Chris Olave, for the amount of points that they did put up, he was a pretty much a zero factor on that. DJ Moore, I do like talking about these wide receivers who have one reception for -4 yards. Uh, if you're not going to utilize the guy, get rid of him, trade him,
What
get something
happened to
for him.
DJ Moore?
He's not the number one anymore. He's not even the number seven. Um, it's a bad luck. But the Bears, it's just like the Lions. They got too much to spread the love around, and I mean, for a little bit of the Dunze, then it was Cole Kmet. Now the run game's kind of established. So I don't
Love's
know.
getting some more looks too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit. I mean, for where they drafted him, he should. But next one on my list, it hurts to say this. Oh, sorry, hurts. It's just not a good look for what we need to do, especially going into the playoffs if we make it. Keenan Allen, and then really any of the receivers for the Chargers. Eagles secondary did very very well against them. Cooper DeJean Mustard did incredible in the nickel and slot. Really locked up a lot of those deep passes there. The only really iffy factor is Adoree Jackson. Keep in mind that we also played without Jalen Carter. Big Jordan Davis kind of stepped up and took that little mean up the middle role and kind of really blanketed for everyone else. And honestly, Phillips has been an incredible addition on the D end. Josh Sweat, who never heard of the guy. So um, Jay Jettis for a team that puts up 31 points, right? I'm just gonna scratch my eyes and kind of go through this. For a team that puts up 31 points, and you've got arguably the best receiver in the game, for him to have 3 fantasy points, he McCarthy should right? It's McCarthy. What's his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he should be thrown in jail. Um, if this keeps up, which I suspect that it will, for some reason they haven't found the chemistry. Kind of anticipating JJ to request a trade next year. Um, we should find that out. He deserves everything to be put on a good team. I don't know if Kansas City wants to throw stuff at him. It would make more sense that way. Get him an actual proper number one again. Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones played really, really well. Had like 70 yards on the ground. The only factor and the only reason why he's on this list is because the best running back in the league is now carving his way back into that starting role. They are no longer on a 70-30 snap share. Now it's more of a 50-50. Uh, he actually scored a touchdown and ran it for 50 yards on 11 carries. So just keep in mind that's 11 carries that Aaron Jones did not get. That's 6 points that Aaron Jones did not get. So just kind of keep that. It's a little leery on who you're going to play there. Darnell Mooney, it's the Falcons. You figure with London being out, that he would kind of like he did last year, kind of step in that lead role and kind of pop off and do well. That whole offense is ass. Kirk Cuddy needs to cut it out and retire as well.
Yeah.
Big retirement
Paid him
ceremony.
180 million, by the way.
Yeah, that guy. I would love a fraction of that. And then Christian Kirk for a team, and we talked about it earlier, for a team that hasn't really found its offense. For what they signed him and paid him to do, didn't really do it this week. It's a little underwhelming, but I believe that team will find out who their number one, number two, and number three would be, and kind of utilize that going into the playoffs if they make it. So, but yeah, that's my list. Pretty short list.
I've never understood Christian Kirk and his salaries. That man makes money hand over fist, and his agent needs to be put in the Agent Hall of Fame if there is one.
Yes.
Finessing teams. It's the art of the deal.
Absurd.
I just got two real quick. We already talked about both of them. It's Miss Patty and Travis Swift. I mean, you always expect the Patrick Mahomes bullshit magic, and it didn't happen, which I'm happy about, but also it almost cost me my game against you, Fish. One of the interceptions wasn't his fault, but he had 3 of them. The 2 were really bad. And then he had 1 reception for negative 10 yards. So I don't know how that works. And then just go be with your billionaire wife. I mean,
they're not married yet.
It's fine. Just leave the league. I mean, he's up there. Like, you had a great career. You'll go down as one of the best tight ends. You know, it's fine. You should have walked away last year, man. This last ride thing was not a good idea. He's dropping the ball way too much for what he's supposed to be. I know last year he missed like a good chunk of games for injury too, didn't he?
Yeah, he's like 39 years old. Like, just it's okay. A lot of these athletes kind of think that they can go until they're 52.
He's 36.
Brother, just it's okay, man.
It's okay. Yeah.
Because guess what people are going to remember? They're going to remember where you're in your prime for those 3 years, and then the next 12 years after where you've laid an absolute dud. So, because that's all I'm remembering, and that's what I'll always bring up is, you remember all those pass deflections that ended up being interceptions on the goal line?
That cost your team the game.
Right. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Well, I'll add one more.
Sorry.
You mentioned, but you mentioned the Chargers wide receivers, Quentin Johnston for sure. I know that was a big thing on the defense. I mean, they had him locked up. I think it was Dejon Mustard was out there. Such a good cornerback.
The best interception that never counted. He just had it last night.
Yep, he did.
I was going to say this one thing about Travis. Say what you will. He's still the number 3 tight end in the league. And that just kind of speaks to how abysmal the position is right now. So,
yeah, I mean, get rid of it.
It's because he's had, he had a big game against the Commanders, and then he had another one against Denver. Did pretty good against Dallas. Like, he has spurts, which is why you start him every week, because you know what he can do. But then he drops just an absolute dud and makes you want to throw your phone across the room and shatter it. Then you remember it's $1,000 device, and that's a dumb idea.
Yeah, from 2016 to 2020, he was the number 1 tight end in the league at the PPR position, or in PPR format. So, I mean, he's done well after that too. Just he hasn't been the number 1. But tight ends it's a tough position to get right. But let's talk about our heroes. We have 3 guys that we've never talked about before, I don't believe. One of them might be a repeat, I'm not sure. But definitely one of them is not a repeat. I know that.
I'm going to save yours for last.
You want to save mine for last? Okay.
Yeah, I'll we're talking about tight ends. I'll take mine if you want. Going with Harry Fannin Jr., a little Mac love here. I mean, the Browns love their tight ends. We always, Njoku, you're a Browns fan, and a Ravens fan, and a Bengals fan, so you watch them. We talked about this guy when they drafted him. He's been very good this year. He's averaged multiple games over 10 points. This week, he had 25.4. He was projected 10.88. He went 8 for 11 with 114 yards and 1 touchdown. Njoku's great, but we all know he always likes to get hurt. He's getting up there. He's in his 30s. He's probably on his way out if he's smart. Fannin's the perfect fit for what the Browns do with their tight ends. He really just fits right into that system. And I mean, he's number 6 tight end on Sleeper right now as a rookie. So that's great for him. He's fun to watch. Him and Njoku are the same size. So I'm very excited that I was able to snag him. And in this Dynasty League going forward, if you need a tight end and he's somehow maybe available or you want to trade for him, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, he's so fun to watch out there. I mean, he's a great route runner. He's also a great blocker. That's a really big thing. I know in Njoku, he's also a great route runner. He's not the best blocking tight end out there, but Harry Fannin can kind of do it all. He's also used heavily in the gadget plays, which I know no Browns fan wants to talk about any gadget plays right now, but yeah,
yeah.
So no, that's a great
rough one.
hero. He stepped up when it mattered. I mean, Njoku still had a touchdown, but like you said, he had an early exit. So, Fish, you want to go next?
Sure. Let me dive into a Mr. Blake Corum. Um, projected 8.04 fantasy points. Pretty decent for a second string. Now, again, last week I think we discussed that this might be the best handcuff for Kyron Williams if Kyron decides to miss any type of time. I don't believe that that is a factor going forward. I think he will be stealing time from Kyron, even if he is healthy. So projection was 8 points. His actual was 26.1. Went 12 carries on the ground for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaging about 10.6 yards per carry. This is something kind of highlight on this past week. He had 31% snap share. The week before, which he also dominated for 7 rushes and 81 yards and a touchdown, which he averaged almost 12 yards a carry. This is back-to-back weeks of absolute dominance out of a mean running back. Like Zoltowski has said in the past in a previous podcast that Corum's very good with waiting for the hole to kind of open up and then him to gonna just go ahead and dart and run aggressively through it. We saw it last week. We saw it the week before. Uh, this is a big issue for Kyron Williams owners and managers if you don't have Blake Corum as a handcuff. I know I traded him away earlier this year in one of my leagues, and I actually picked him up in another one just for this implication of Kyron Williams goes down with any type of injury or he misses a week. This is something that we kind of look for, and Nut has talked about this in previous podcasts too. Of this is a great situation where if your team is capped out at 110 points and you need that one player to kind of be your, he's going to give me 8 points at least, but he could give me 26. There's not much a lower risk on it. There's a very high reward, that high boom factor. This is one of the players that I would kind of lean towards and be like, yeah, I need a guy on my team to pop off, and who's going to give me the best odds? Yeah, honestly, it might be Blake Corum. With how hot this Rams team is playing, most of it's going to be game scripted, that they're going to be up by 20, 30 points anyway. No one's going to throw it through the air. They're going to preserve people. And guess what? Blake Corum's going to get all of the carries, especially if they decide to start resting their starters. So just to kind of keep something aware as we approach, if we aren't already in the playoff picture, if you need that boom or bust guy and you need points and want to take a gamble, a big gambler, Blake Corum might be the guy. But for this week, he is my hero at least.
Love it.
Yeah, you talk about efficiency. You can't get much more efficient than that. I mean, 31%, only 12 rushes, 131 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's incredible. As an Ohio State fan, I hated playing or seeing them play Michigan because of this man. And we've said multiple times, Oltowski, he's built like a what?
Brick shithouse.
He is, man. He's not very tall. He's only 5'8", but man, he's 5'8" of pure leverage coming at you. It's a great pick.
It's just angry runs, man. I loved watching him in college. I miss him in the Maize and Blue. But I've talked about it before. He is going to be the guy. I know Kyron's young, but they're going to go to a 2-back system because Kyron's a better receiving back than Blake is. So if you have both of them, I honestly don't hate the idea of playing both of them with the way that they're both playing because Kyron's not having bad games either.
True. No, he played very well. But, I mean, we've seen with the Bears, Monangai, who got, it seemed like way more carries, used him more efficiently on the ground game, and then Swift kind of came in for the passing. you're starting to see a lot of those teams adapt and adopt the two running back system because it prolongs the longevity of both your running backs. But then for some reason, the Lions do it really well. So why can't we? And it seems like a lot of teams are kind of taking that mentality and just running away with it and then playing whoever the hot hand is. So
My fantasy hero this week is a guy, and it's a quarterback for the city of Cleveland, Ohio. I'm going with the man, the myth, the legend, Shedeur Sanders. Albeit it was against the tight ends, but Shedeur, he put up 364 yards through the air, threw the ball 42 times, only completed 23 of those. It's not the best completion percentage anyone's ever heard of.
That's bad.
But you know what that tells me?
great.
Is this man takes some shots down the field, and boy, did he ever. He had a long touchdown to Jerry Jeudy. He had that clutch time touchdown to Zoltowski's fantasy hero this week, Harry Fannin. And then we pissed the game away on a stupid trick play. But no, he played like a monster.
I don't want to take him out there.
I don't know if this was the plan all along for him to develop in Cleveland, for him to sit behind Gabriel. I don't know if they're just throwing Gabriel to the wolves. There's a lot of conspiracies going out right now on Brown's Twitter about, Stefanski sabotaging this man, not being able to do it effectively. But no, he came in, he was next man up. He's been next man up for the last few weeks now. He was only projected 17.81 points this week. He ended up getting 39.46 points. He had 3 touchdowns through the air, 1 on the ground, and he also toted the rock for 30 yards, essentially. So, I mean, if he has another game like this, which no Browns quarterback has done since the 1950s, had 3 touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown, throwing for that many yards, you're going to see a banner of him where the old LeBron banner used to be. You're going to see a statue of him next to Jim Brown. The jerseys are already selling in Cleveland. They were selling when he got when he got drafted. Couldn't be more happy for the kid. I mean, he's had nothing but people slander his name because of his dad the whole time he's been in Cleveland. They say he's got character issues. He's never really shown anything like that in Cleveland. He's always first guy in, last guy out, and I'll take that from Joel Bitonio, who I would trust completely with what he has to say. He's been the longest tenured Brown for a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and say Shedeur Sanders is my hero this week, and hopefully for weeks to come. I'm sick of the quarterback carousel we've had. He's the 42nd starting quarterback since 1999. So let's make him last a little long. Let's keep him in the pocket for a while. So
that's a lot.
But what did you guys think of his performance?
It wasn't bad, right? I mean, it shows. I don't think Dylan Gabriel would have done that. I don't think Joe Flacco on your team would have done that. It's a step in the right direction, right? Now, you sling it 42 times. Pass completion is not great. Sometimes you don't need it. All you need is a couple big plays, and you do what you can. You're right. It was the Titans, right? That's the first thing everybody's going to say. Well, it was the Titans. Yes, but they're still an NFL football team, right? They're still the top percent of athletes in their sport on a team playing, regardless of who's on it or how bad they are, how great they are. It's a great thing for the city of Cleveland and you guys where, I mean, how many times have we talked about it for the last 20 years that I've known you? It's I'm sick and tired of this quarterback. This guy's awful. Why can't we do this? This is trending in the right direction. Now this is all on coaching. What are we doing a trick play on the 2 for? Like, why don't we stop it? How many times did I say this last year and years before, Sirianni? Quit doing cute shit and run it up the middle. Do a normal play.
Yeah.
You don't have to have 12 guys in the backfield and play hot potato and see who's going to throw it. No one gives a shit. People care when they get to the end zone.
I don't really want to besmirch the name of Quinshon Judkins, but he was allegedly supposed to pitch that ball back to Gage Larvidon there. And then Larvidon was supposed to throw. It was supposed to be kind of like a Philly special.
Yeah, why?
And it was was wide open on the backside. It was so open.
Here's the other thing too. Again, didn't watch too many games on Sunday. Caught the afternoon ones coming home, but I did see this, and I did see that they also tried for the touchdown before, kicked the field goal.
Stefanski doing Stefanski things.
And then you can kick the other field goal. And if you have that much distrust in your kicker, sign Justin Tucker. He fits in your guys' whole thing.
Nope. Oh, because he's going to the Eagles. Jake Elliott is on the way out.
Fair.
There's one word that gets in Kevin Stefanski's way, and it starts with an A, and it ends with analytics. He is so cooped up with analytics, man. It gets in the way of his play calling sometimes. And they'll say, Tommy Reese calls the plays, all this stuff. Stefanski has the final say. I don't care what anybody says, especially in a situation like that. Stefanski called that play.
Yeah, he makes the call on what they're
executed correctly.
Yeah, he makes the call on what they're doing, but then the OC calls the play. So it's not it's a 50-50 split. Like, I don't think you go for two there, like, both times.
No.
And then, yeah.
But
it's
to kind of bring it back to this, I think it's a great thing.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you guys let him, I don't know, whatever you guys did, you let him sit, you let him stew, whatever it may be. Like, we said this before, right? You kind of hope to sit him, he gets pissed, then his work ethic kicks in. Now he's got a big chip on his shoulder. Then you eventually give him the reins, and he leads your team to another loss. It's getting to the point where I feel way more comfortable watching the Browns saying, this actually might be something for not years to come, in theory years to come, but he'll be around next year.
Yeah.
That's cool, right? Can't say that. Your organization can't say that.
No.
Very much. No, so
very much could not.
It's a great thing. I'm curious to see when he plays a top 5 defense or top 10 defense in an overpowered offense where he has to be that Joe Burrow-esque of, my defense is ass. We just gave up a touchdown. We have to go score. And then they're just kind of piggybacking, and it's the first one who only gets 3 points, and then that's it. So this is great for you. I feel very happy, not by the result, but with a possible future quarterback kind of coming into play. Of these are great stats. He's also not a runner. Never really been known for running. Ran it for 30 yards and a touchdown. So he's using his legs. He's thinking. He's understanding. The blunders will come. He's a rookie, but he's throwing more this year than Jalen Hurts has. So.
Cleveland fans are very good at finding the silver lining in things, and also just slandering their teams when it needs to happen. But I think there's a lot of hope in Cleveland right now for next year.
Gotta have heart.
There's not much more places you can have heart than Cleveland. That's all they got up there.
And I got one thing on the completion percentage, because I know the completion percentage, because I know you watched the game. How many of those were dropped by the receivers? How many of those were catchable balls that, because in college, I just looked it up real quick. His career percentage in college was 71.8%.
Yeah.
1,200 completed out of 1,800 tries. Like, there's a couple ones in there, but still, it'll come. If you guys can get, hey, you got your quarterback now, go draft a wide receiver.
Yeah, like a big body. Get a big body. Get a Kenny Britt Jr.
Get a big body that's not Cedric Tillman.
Yeah.
And put him in the number 2.
You got your tight end.
Yeah. We got our tight end. We got our running back. We just need to
get Jerry Jeudy some cybernetic hands or something.
Jerry Jeudy is probably on his way out soon. But no, that's my hero. I mean, it's refreshing to see someone run the offense well. Dylan Gabriel kind of ran it like a very small robot. So I'm excited to see what Shooter does the rest of the year. Well, let's get on to our
Confidence.
starts of the week. We've got some playoff implications, I'm sure. Playoffs have started for most fantasy leagues. Fish, you want to start? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let me get your setup here.
Well, that's not my guy.
Oh, that's the hero. That's my bad. I need to name these different things in here.
I
There
probably
we
like
go.
hero start. There you go. Jaden Reed. Kind of glad to say his name. It seems like the Packers, and again, we talk about this, that they need to establish the run game first before the offense can really start working. Josh Jacobs is back, scored a touchdown, did very well on the ground. They're starting to kind of figure it out. They're just a little quicker than the Texans are at figuring it out. Uh, Watson has actually played multiple games this week or the last few weeks, and he hasn't been injured, which is great. He looked good last few weeks as well. Jaden Reed is back. He came back last week, first time since week 1 that he has been back. This is something that the rugged type of receiver, the Rashee Rice, the Puka Nakua type receivers, where they got speed. They'll burn you if they can, but these guys are going to catch it over the middle and try and take on 12 people. Uh, Jaden Reed kind of eased into it last week. Minimal usage. They want to rush anything into it. They are facing a very, very tough defense and a hot team overall in Denver. Good news is the reason why they picked Jaden Reed as my guy to start this week in the flex, so I'm not an idiot, in the flex, is because that Watson has done so well the last few weeks and has been an aerial threat with his size and physique, not only over the middle and kind of the short post, but more of the deep ball threat. There is one guy on Denver's defense that I do not want to see shadow Jaden Reed, and it's PS2.
Yeah.
And guess who PS2 is going to have to guard? Big Watson. He will be overshadowing Watson like a mother, like a moth going right to the light. He will overshadow him with additional safety help over top if need be, which then leaves Jaden Reed on the perfect opportunity and a sneaky way to kind of get him more targets than Watson, I believe, because he will have that second cornerback guarding him, and Jaden Reed, of his physicality and the way he plays, should have easy over the middle access to a lot of balls going his way, and a lot of yak as well. So I think last week was a test to see if he could actually kind of, keep himself together, no injuries, no fatigue, nothing like that. Watson has been playing well. They're going to have to guard the run. They know what the Packers are going to do. Everybody knows what they're going to do. They're going to establish the run, then pass. Uh, Jordan Love has done great things in and out of the pocket to make things work. Watson's looked very, very scary the last few weeks, where kind of like what they anticipated them drafting a Watson type would look like. So I'm thinking that Reed might pop off for a good amount this week in a sneaky little flex play, just because he's not being shadowed by a PS2. So that's my little start. I picked Jaden Reed.
I don't hate it, but I don't love it at the same time. He gives me a lot of worries just because of that defense, how good that matchup is. PS2, we've said it time and time again, there's so many receiving options on Green Bay that they don't seem to have a number one, but you're right. If Christian Watson starts to stretch the field, they'll probably put him on Christian Watson, and then at that point, they have Riley Moss, and who knows who else is going to cover the rest of the receivers. But I think it's a solid pick. It's probably a solid floor for
You don't like it though.
for
You
the
don't
game
like it.
coming up. You know me. I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy.
You don't like it. You don't like it. Why don't you go ahead and talk about yours? I mean, this is a gimme, honestly.
Who mirrors Soltowski?
No, you. I like Zoltowski's. Yours is an actual gimme. You've done this 9 times in the last 12 weeks. Oh, there's a tight end playing against two? Is it Cincinnati? That's a shock there.
It's a tight end 2 going against Cincinnati.
Mark Andrews, his hands don't work anymore. He's too old.
Also, by the way, sidebar, can we talk about that shit? Why did he get 3 years, $38 million or something like that?
Oh, did he get an extension? I didn't even see that.
He got an extension. You know what he did last game? Over 3. Why do I put him in the lineup? Take him out back like Lenny. I don't understand. This is insane to me.
Oh, but Fish is right. I'm going back to the well here.
Well's running dry.
This well is not running dry, brother.
It is running dry.
We know the Ravens don't have a ton of receiving options outside of Zay Flowers and the random Rashad Bateman big play. They run a lot of 2 tight end sets. Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely are going to be on the field a ton, and Lamar likes to get them the ball. Lamar has been the same, or has not been the same Lamar that we've seen in previous years. There's a lot less running from him. Could be, holy crap.
You getting choked up? I know it's emotional talking about your favorite team. I get it.
Oh,
Anywho,
God.
Isaiah Likely, yeah, Lamar might throw the throw to his players. Who does he throw it to? Because Zay Flower has 2 receptions, and then Mark Andrews has nothing. What 5th string wide receiver is he throwing to?
I think he's likely throw it to Isaiah.
Yeah, he's not going to throw it to Isaiah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a dumb pick.
Lamar, we've seen in previous games that he's been battling some lower leg injuries, ankle, knee, hamstring. Likely is going to be my pick this week.
I hate it.
This game happened 2 weeks ago, this exact game, and he had a season high snap percentage, targets, receptions, and yards. And he just scored his first touchdown last week. Lamar has a lot of recency bias when he throws the ball. We saw that last year with Rashad Bateman specifically. I think he's going to go back to Likely quite a bit. The Bengals can't cover a tight end. I don't care where he lines up. They cannot cover a tight end, much less anything else out there. But he's projected 7.55 points in PPR. I think it's likely he surpasses that. Thank you, Zolteski, for stealing my joke at the end of this. But yeah, I think Isaiah is going to have a huge game. And if you need a guy to stick in your flex, or if you need a tight end that you can rely on, this is likely the guy you can do it with. So,
oh God, you did it twice.
Give me
Once
Isaiah
was enough.
Likely.
If you're gonna
terrible.
Put flex,
Hate it.
It's gonna be Jaden Reed, but I mean, you can take that. I
hate it.
Isaiah Likely is going to get phased out because
You
they
want to
just
put a coffee
signed
on it this week?
the coffee about what?
Yeah.
Which
How many
player
do you
gets
owe
more
us?
fantasy points?
Which player gets? Yeah, I'll put a coffee on it.
All right, cool.
I think Fat Man Andrews.
versus-
Fat Man Andrews is going to get more. You know why? Because he's going to ride the pine on my team, and he'll pop off for 30 points. I'll lose this week, but he'll get 30 points, and I'll get a coffee.
Can I get in on this? Because I got Jaden Reed over Isaiah Likely.
You guys are nuts.
Jordan Love has been playing way better than I thought he would. I mean, he's been very good. And Lamar.
I'll take it. I think. Give me Jaden Reed. I'm with Zoltowski. Give me Jaden Reed over Isaiah Likely.
It's I don't know.
We're doing a coffee bet and we're making a poll.
I hate your pick. I hate it.
Poll, putting it out there.
Such a
Bengals defense is actually going to show up this week. But on to my guy. Hey, I said it last week. I'll say it again. Jacoby Myers. Things are coming up, Jacoby. Since being traded to the Jags after week 8, he's averaged 12.65 fantasy points per game and has scored in three of those 6. Solid wide receiver 2 behind BTJ. BTJ was hurt. He played this week, but past 3 weeks he was hurt. But even when he came back, Jacoby got the bulk of the targets. He had 10 last week, scored a touchdown. The Jaguars are playing great football. Trevor Lawrence spreading the ball around. And they're playing the Jets this week. It's a weak team. You know, they traded away all of their pieces. He's a must start this week. So it's my guy.
No, I like it. I like your pick a lot. I'm not going to do the bet with you between our players, but I'll do the bet with Fish this week. So no, that's a great pick.
Guess we get a personal text with Jaden Reed.
All right, but now, boys, we got our pick 'em for this week. All 16 games coming at you.
Oof.
And we start on Thursday night. We have Atlanta going into Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay 4.5-point favorites. No matter what Tampa Bay is going through right now, I don't see Atlanta coming close to even beating Tampa Bay. So give me Tampa Bay for this week.
Oh, yeah, give me Tampa. I'm making my list now, by the way.
Next, we have
also,
Sorry.
This is sidebar. I got a grievance to pick with you. Can you like make your picks in the sleeper app, please?
What do you mean?
I tried to track your stuff all this past weekend, and it looks like you didn't make any sleeper picks.
He did.
Yeah, I made
You
all my
picked all of
picks.
Yeah, I came in first this week with 7. Nutter had 6, and then you had 5.
Wow, we've had a bad few weeks. Oh no,
Yeah.
it was week 13 where you picked 0 people.
Yeah, week 13 you didn't pick anybody.
What?
Yeah, you didn't pick any of the games. None of them.
Check.
0
Check it.
points.
No, I did.
I think
You-
even with all
you didn't.
the confusion and missed picks you guys had that one week, I think I finally pulled ahead.
I'm gonna go back in the videos in the podcast and just see what we picked.
You're behind Fish by 11 points and
Well,
behind me
yeah.
by
Now
14,
if there's
so.
if none of my picks registered for week 13, yeah.
So you would still be behind like 2 and 3. You'd still be in last. It's fine.
You're just a scam artist, dude.
It's fine.
Get bent.
All right.
Call
Sorry,
me a
not-
scam
but-
artist and a scumbag in back-to-back weeks. I'm not a fan of you right now.
Cleveland's going down this week.
What was it? Who was Glory Hole Jerry? Is
Glory Hole Jerry, baby.
Glory hole
Hey.
Jerry and the tank tickler Deshaun Watson.
Hey, honestly, we should write a comic book. I think we might be on to something
We
there.
should. Next we have Cleveland going into Chicago. Zoltaski just said that. Chicago 7.5 point favorites. Give me Chicago. With all the magic Shooter had last week, I don't see it.
Offense is running way too hot. Caleb actually looks really, really good.
Yeah. You guys also going Chicago, I assume?
Yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I need them to lose, but not happening.
Wrong week to do it.
Yep. Next we have Baltimore going into Cincinnati. Baltimore 2.5 point favorites on their road. Give me Baltimore.
This was tough.
I think otherwise. I'm actually going to pick Cincy.
Going Cincy? This is the highest over-under this week, so
I
There's
think
a
I'm
game
going
to
to
do
follow
it.
Fish on this one and go with the Bengals. Even without T.
Offense looks good. They look good.
And their defense can show up. They can.
And like you said,
And
Lamar is not old Lamar. Something's going on.
And it's, huge playoff implications. They're at home.
they just won this game 2 weeks ago, though.
Joe Cool's back.
Yeah, but where? Where'd they play?
Yeah, they went out on the road. Now they're at home.
I don't think it matters.
Literally last week you said
fine.
it matters. Home field advantage.
Oh, Cincinnati did win this last game.
Yeah, they did. We all picked the Ravens.
I'm picking the Ravens again. I'm doing it.
Now it'll be 12
It's
points.
fine. Dig
behind.
your hole a little
Going
deeper,
crazy.
bud.
Uh,
Right, crazy.
Next, we have the Chargers going into Kansas City. Kansas City 4.5 point favorites. This one's interesting to me. As bad as the Chiefs have been offensively, the Chargers haven't been too much better. That defense is great, but I mean, Beast Herbert's running for his life out there, dude. He's having all kinds of troubles. I think Kansas City is going to come away with the win here.
Give me LA.
You're going LA.
Mm-hmm. The Chiefs defense is bottom of the barrel on forced turnovers in a lot of categories like that. And the Chargers defense is playing very well.
Give me
And
the
even-
Chargers as well. I think
Even
they'll
when he's running for
establish.
his life. Yeah.
They'll find out Vidal and Omarion are a really good tandem duo.
Yep.
That's going to be a lethal one to stop.
Yeah, I could see this game going either way, but
And their receivers are
Yeah,
stupid nuts.
Yeah. Keenan Allen is having a resurgence here. So
Oh, not this past week.
well, I mean that's a rough
Guy.
secondary to go against.
He got strapped.
thanks for
Strapped,
that.
and we decided to throw 4 interceptions. So
Yeah, I'm going to cut that out and
Right.
make that a meme. I appreciate that.
that probably did.
Next we
Christ.
have Buffalo going into New England. For some reason, Buffalo is 1.5 point favorites here.
I'm going to England.
I'm going
Yep.
to England as well.
Give me the Pats.
Next game, we have an absolute barn burner. We got Washington going into New York to play the Giants.
I was going to say, I'd go New England unless they decide to give Fat Man Ramondre Stevenson the ball, and then I'm definitely going to go the Bills. But
They'll give him the ball.
Give me who?
Washington
Give me the
going
dart.
into New York. New York,
Yeah.
2.5 point favorites.
Give me Giants, man.
I'm
Give me
leaning
the
that way
dart.
too. Next, we got the Raiders going into Philly. I believe this is the largest spread of the week. Nope, there's another one bigger. Actually, there's two bigger. Philly, 11.5 point favorites at home. Give me Philly. I don't see any way the Raiders are beating Philly.
Yeah, give me Philly, but then if we lose, someone's house is getting burned down. I don't know if it's Kevin Petula's, but it's going to be a car or something.
Give me Philly, but if they lose, Nick Sirianni is fighting a fan and going to jail.
Yeah, Big Dom's going to have to do some work there.
Honestly, it's the safest place for him. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what, jail?
Yeah, because you talk about the blossoming flower there, and people, saying it's not great to be out in the streets of Philly when we start losing 3 games in a row, and we lose to LASIK Geno Smith. So
that might be a full crash out from you. I'll be worried.
You know it's going to be worried when you don't, and I'm calm and collected.
Yeah,
that's when you should panic.
Kind of how you were last night.
If you get on COD,
calm,
and you're calm, yeah, I was worried. I was like, "What's going on?"
I was worried because you weren't texting us back. I was like, "Oh my god, is he alive?"
Out there freezing to death and doing for my team.
Oh man. Next game we have the New York Jets going into Jacksonville. Jacksonville's 12.5 point favorites here.
Why is this a conversation?
Yeah. It's not. Give me the Jags.
Yeah, give me a guy named Jacoby Myers, who I believe is a start of the week.
That's a great pick.
Which is a solid pick. Unlike the typical Isaiah Likely.
This is a great pick. You love Jacoby Myers this year. Are you getting a jersey or?
No. He's done well. He's won me some fantasy games. Leave me alone.
So Tosky, I think he's likely trying to do some of these dumbass jokes and not landing.
It's just
he should probably read the room. Jackass. So stupid. You're so dumb.
He knows how to read.
Jaden Reed.
I feel like I'm getting teed up on here.
I missed that. Oh, I won't lie. I missed that. That was a good one.
Oh, you missed it? Oh, man. No, did you get it?
Yes, I got it.
I missed it. I was trying to think of something funny that wasn't too mean to say.
Yeah, we're still recording. This is going to be public, so wait till after the pod to really roast me.
Yeah.
Next, we have Arizona going into Houston. Houston, 9.5 point favorites. Give me Houston. Not even a question.
Houston too, but Cardinals. I can see the Cardinals kind of sneaking one in there. I mean, the quarterback play hasn't been that bad. The defense is awful, but they haven't been that bad offensively.
Houston. I also start Michael Wilson. Start that man.
Especially if Harrison's out again. Holy crap. That guy gets all the targets.
He 11 for 16 last week. 38.7 points.
We do have 5 4:00 games this week. First time that's happened in a while. So first one, we got Green Bay going into Denver. Green Bay 2.5 point favorites on the road.
Give me the Packers, unfortunately.
Denver is on fraud watch a bit, so
I want the Packers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Should be a good game though.
I'm going Denver. I think the Broncos could pull this one off, especially being at home. Next, this is probably the game of the week if I had to choose one. We have Detroit going into Los Angeles. LA is 5.5 point favorites. Zoltowski, before I make my pick, I'd like to get your thoughts on this game.
You're making me go first.
I'm making you
What
go
are your
first.
thoughts? Your thoughts, dude.
The love of your team or your first love, Matthew Stafford? What are you picking?
I want to pick my Lions so bad.
A little lover's quarrel.
But then there's Matthew Stafford with Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, Blake Corum and Kyron Williams, and the defense, the secondary is in shambles. It's going to be a shootout, I think. I really think that. But unfortunately, I think I have to give it to Los Angeles here. I hate to pick against my team, but
it is the highest over-under of the week at 55.5.
Yeah.
So you're going with the Rams?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams.
I think I lean that way as well.
Yeah.
Damn, I thought I was going to sneak one through. Yeah, I want the Rams still.
No, it goes against my entire being to pick against my team, but this Rams team is just too damn good.
Girl, I get it.
Unreal.
I hope Stafford wins MVP. I hope he does.
He very well could. I think he's
honestly let him win the Super Bowl MVP right off into the sunset.
Remember they were saying he wasn't going to play this year because of his back?
Yeah, yeah.
It was like
I did.
It was like in the preseason.
I was worried.
They're like, we don't know if he's going to play. Well,
there was no news where everyone was like, the Rams chalked, and now, yeah, his stat line's insane.
Yeah, he's crazy this year.
I think he's only thrown like 5 picks.
Yeah, Hurts had 4 of those in one game, so
30 touchdowns.
Next we have Carolina going into New Orleans. Carolina only 2.5-point favorites on the road. If you want to buy tickets to this game, you can for $14 whole. Go down there to New Orleans and.
I want you to know my sister went to the Browns game on Sunday and she bought tickets for $10 and they were lower level under the Overcroft. Like they were good. She said they were good. They were great seats. They were $10 a pop. So
yeah.
You can't really talk about that.
Surprise me.
Yeah, that's not good.
I think Carolina's gonna sneak this one on the road. For some reason,
who's that running back they got?
Decent football, but they have multiple.
Not the Chuba guy.
Rico
the other
Dowdle.
guy. Yeah, Rico Dowdle. Yeah, give me Carolina. Bryce is playing well too, though.
I want Carolina, but I can also see the Saints just being dumb and Tyler Shoe or Show or whatever wins another one, and it's like, what are we doing?
The next 4:00 game we have Tennessee going into San Fran. This one's not even a question. San Fran 12.5-point favorites. Give me San Fran.
Yep.
Give me the Niners.
And then the next one we have Indianapolis going into Seattle. This is the highest split this week. Seattle 13.5-point favorites. Give me Seattle.
Yep.
Seattle.
Pains me to say that about the Colts, but
it's quarterback chaos, man.
Yeah. They got a lot going on with nothing. Next, we got the Sunday night game coming up. Minnesota going to Dallas. Dallas 5.5-point favorites. I don't see Minnesota pulling this one out. Unfortunate for Fish, but I think Dallas takes this one.
Yeah, I think they take it pretty easily.
Yep. I mean the Cowboys.
And then an absolute stinker for Monday Night Football. We got Miami going into Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is only 3-point favorites against Miami, who I just haven't even thought of as a football team for the last 2 weeks.
They could still make the playoffs, by the way.
Miami?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, they can.
For Tua's health, they shouldn't. Give me Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
I'll take Pitt too.
Yeah, give me Aaron Rodgers against Tua. Turn the ball over.
That was pretty creative.
That's our picks
I did not. I heard that somewhere.
I know. Is it because it says week 14 still?
Yep. That's exactly why.
One podcast without never making a mistake. Anybody got the tally? Back to 0? Got it.
Week 15 pick 'em.
He does a lot.
Listen, I was worried that there was. I was making this before the show. I went in full panic mode because there's 5 4:00 games. I just overlooked it. I had to reorganize the boxes, man.
Put a lot of effort into shitty start of the week, though, didn't we?
Isaiah Likes is
sure
going to
is.
have a big game.
Yeah, not as big as Jaden.
I hope he
though.
drops a dud. Absolute just goose egg.
I
What's
think
his face, Andrews
I'm going to be a coffee up this week. It's going to be nice. I'm
Good,
putting
you could add it to the tally that you owe me. 17.
I don't think it's 17.
I think Bosom still owes me 17 coffees, so I need to collect that or send a
Who?
debt collector or something. You remember Bosom?
Name rings a bell, but I can't honestly. All right, but we're going to get out of here, play some games, enjoy our evening. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Tell your friends about us. Tell your family. Also, I'm putting something out there on Twitter this week or next week. We're looking for streamers and content creators to interview next year during the off season. We really enjoyed doing that this year. Shout out Braden, Jim Tasty, Robo Dessert, Harv, all those guys that we interviewed. I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody. Twinkles. Really enjoyed that. I reached out to most of them today. They said they'd be down to come on again if
Awesome.
if they wanted, or if we wanted them to do so. So
I think we still got one hanging on our back pocket too, but he's been pretty busy if I'm not mistaken.
we've got a couple in our back pocket. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'll tell you guys that after the show. I reached out to a couple people today. So
I don't have any back pockets.
just two. I reached out to. So, but yeah, that's the show. Again, tell your friends, tell your family. We're trying to grow this thing. We love doing it. It is a huge hobby of ours. It's fun for us to just sit and yap for an hour, 30 minutes every week about ball. So, we appreciate you guys for supporting our passion project, if you will. And always, GG. Thanks for being a gent. We'll see you guys next time.